Creating your riddle with Educaplay is as simple as writing the solution and the hints you'd like to give to the players. You can also use Ray, your AI-powered assistant, to create the riddle for you. Players must enter the correct answer while trying to use as few hints as possible, because each hint costs them points from their final score. You can offer information hints, image hints, and letter hints. For a plus of excitement, you can set a time limit or a maximum number of lives. Let's go. First, click New Activity, select Riddle, and register or login if you haven't already. Once inside the editor, the easiest way to start creating your riddle is by giving Ray a topic or a solution to work with. Using artificial intelligence, Ray will either use your solution or create one based on the topic you provide. It will also generate an initial hint along with 3 additional ones that the player can buy if needed. The game will be ready for you to publish after adding, removing, or changing anything you want. If you prefer to create the riddle manually, simply enter the solution and set the hints you want the players to be able to buy. There are many ways to enhance your riddle, which we'll explore shortly. However, if you've already entered the solution and the information tab is filled with a title and a description, the game is ready to be published. Share it with your players by sending them the link or however you prefer. They just need to click on the Start button after identifying themselves if needed. Enable the Guess Image option if you want to create a riddle game where players guess the solution based on an image. By default, the image will appear pixelated, and players can buy hints to progressively reveal it. You can turn off image hints if you prefer the image to be fully visible from the start. Players can also spend points to buy letters for the solution, unless you disable letter hints. You can add an initial statement that players will see at the beginning of the game without needing to purchase a hint. This statement can include text, images, or audio. Information hints function similarly, but are only accessible when purchased with points. Click Add Hint to include as many hints as needed.
In Greek it is said, Chrysos.
The hints will appear in the following order. First, the information hints, then the image hints, and finally the letter hints. The cost of each hint varies depending on its type and quantity. The Hint button informs players about the type and price of the next available hint. If you want to create a game with multiple riddles, click Add Riddle. In the Options tab, you'll find settings for lives, time, and accent sensitive. Enable lives to set a limit on the number of mistakes a player can make before the game ends. The time option allows you to specify how many seconds players have to complete the game. If accent sensitive is enabled, the program will consider accents when determining whether an answer is correct or not. With any advanced academic or commercial plan, you can use advanced options such as setting a background image, setting the game as private, showing a message when players pass the activity, or not showing them the correct answers when they finish. If you have a commercial plan, you can also customize the game with your logos and your corporate colors. You are almost there. Next, go to the Information tab where you can change the language of the activity interface and write the title and description. If you want, you can also choose where the activity is located in your educational system. You can also tag your activity to make it easier to classify. You can separate your tags with commas or pressing Enter. When your activity is ready to be published, you'll just have to click the Publish button. Once your activity is published, a screen will appear from which you can do many things. You can keep on creating activities, you can check the one you just created, you can get the link to share it, you can publish it in Google Classroom or other platforms, you can create a challenge with it, or you can keep on editing it. You can do all of this whenever you want. Just go to your profile and click the buttons below the activity.